What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It, reporting to you from the Dr. Bring It studios here in the northeast part of the United States. Hope everyone's doing well, and thanks for tuning in once again. So in the boxing world, what is going on exactly? At the end of this month, on September 28th, Errol Spence Jr. is going to be fighting Shawn Porter. Now, these two very, very hungry fighters looking to take each other's belt. Who's going to come out? Now, if you've heard about the news and probably some other boxing commentaries or just other fight fans out there, everyone's already looking to see Errol Spence Jr. demolish Shawn Porter. Now, is this what's really going to happen? Is Errol Spence Jr. just that good? Well, if you ask me, there's some things that you should really look for when you watch an Errol Spence Jr. fight. Now, I've watched a couple of videos just on him, went through a bunch of his fights on YouTube, and just really broke down like what's so special about Errol Spence Jr. Well, one word comes to mind. It's called fundamentals. If you want to watch a boxer that is complete, that has all the physical and mental attributes, look no further than Errol Spence Jr. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm really hyping him up without any content, without any substance. I want you to just look at all of his characteristics. Errol Spence Jr. walks around in a normal weight, probably about 170, 175. And he's disclosed this in an interview out there on PBC. And that is a scary thought of him going down in weight to fight welterweight. Now, Shawn Porter, on the other hand, he's more of a truer welterweight than Errol Spence Jr., being probably a middleweight at this point. He could hang with those big boys. But Shawn Porter definitely has the disadvantage here. Not only is he only 2.5 inches shorter, he has a 2.5 inch shorter reach as well, but he's going to have to try that much harder to get on the inside of Errol Spence Jr. to be effective. Now, Shawn Porter, that's his wheelhouse. That is his safe zone. Getting in the inside of his opponents, banging to the body, trying to take away the lungs of his opponents so that he could break them down systematically. But is he really going to be able to do this against Errol Spence Jr.? That is the ultimate question. Now, as I said before, the word fundamental is what comes across when I think of Errol Spence Jr. Let's start with the jab. His jab is a world-class jab. He absolutely knows how to use his length. He's got a 72-inch reach, and he should be able to be effective in trying to keep off Shawn Porter at a nice, healthy distance. Shawn Porter, of course, is going to try to get in on the inside, try to wrestle with him, try to tie him up, bang to the body so that he could try to wear down Errol Spence Jr. But Errol Spence Jr., not only is he very good on the outside, but he also is so athletic and he is in top premium shape that he could last the 12 rounds just like Shawn Porter. But where Shawn Porter lacks is Errol Spence's skill set. Errol Spence Jr. is just a more skilled fighter. Not only does he have a world-class jab, but he also knows how to go to the body very, very effectively. Now, if he goes to Shawn Porter's body, he's going to test Shawn Porter's body, and Shawn Porter already has to work that much harder than Errol Spence Jr. just to get on the inside. But if Errol Spence Jr. digs to the body, he's going to be taking away a lot of the energy of Shawn Porter. And Shawn Porter's going to have that much harder time to try to be effective against Errol Spence Jr. I didn't want to believe it before. I heard all about this hype with Errol Spence Jr. I just really wanted to sit down and watch the videos on him to see what's so special about him. And folks, let me just tell you, Errol Spence Jr. is the real deal. He is a full package, and not only is he very skilled, but he is a natural middleweight that is coming down in weight, retaining his power, his stamina, his chin is super strong. I've seen him take bombs from Kell Brook and seeming like he's just walking right through them. And he has the ability to last 12 rounds with no problem. And one other attribute that is very dangerous about Errol Spence Jr. is the fact that he's always connected mentally. He doesn't go into this, what I call this zombie mode, where he's just going through muscle memory and just going through the motions. He's always connected. His eyes are always set on his opponents. And he knows exactly what he wants to do to execute a perfect Errol Spence plan. That's what separates him from the rest of the pack. And quite honestly, you know, I would love to see Keith Thurman go up against Errol Spence Jr. And don't get me wrong, the winner of this fight, which I'm leaning more towards Errol Spence Jr., I think he's going to beat Shawn Porter. I'm not sure if there's going to be a knockout, although I do know he absolutely wants the knockout, and he said this to Shawn Porter's face, right on the face-off in PBC, in an interview between the two of them. He told Shawn Porter right to his face, I'm going to knock you out. So he's got a lot of confidence coming in. He's fresh off of that fight against Mikey Garcia, which he just really outclassed Mikey Garcia. I encourage you guys, if you haven't already, to watch that fight, and you'll see how good of a boxer, how good of a strategist Errol Spence Jr. is. So what do you guys think? Does anybody give Shawn Porter even a chance to beat Errol Spence Jr.? Now, does he have a puncher's chance? Of course. But his knockout percentage tells a different story. Shawn Porter's knockout percentage is only 52%, according to BoxRec. Whereas Errol Spence Jr.'s knockout percentage is 84%. Now, that tells you a big thing. Now, given that Shawn Porter has this style of going in, roughing up his opponents, looks like a really strong fighter, I would have thought that his knockout percentage was going to be higher, but it's actually the opposite. Errol Spence Jr., being the natural boxer, the skilled boxer, develops his game. He develops a nice jab from the very beginning, digs to the body, and then opens up towards the latter half of the fight. I mean, that's really systematically what skilled, true boxers do. And let me tell you, people, Errol Spence Jr. is the absolute real deal. I can't say that enough, and that's probably why all the welterweights out there were really ducking Errol Spence Jr. And there's talks that even Manny Pacquiao is going to be ducking Errol Spence Jr. Let's see. But I'll tell you, I think it's a good matchup between Errol Spence Jr. and Manny Pacquiao should he beat Shawn Porter. I would love to see that fight and see how well Manny Pacquiao does against Errol Spence Jr. Southpaw against Southpaw. That would be an absolute legendary fight. I'm going to reserve my judgments on that fight for another video. However, just to focus on this one coming up between Shawn Porter and Errol Spence Jr., I honestly think Shawn Porter has a lot of work to do. He definitely has the disadvantage being the smaller fighter, being the less fundamentally sound fighter. I know Shawn Porter, I actually really love listening to Shawn Porter be a commentator and speaking on big fights out there. I love listening to his insights out there. He's a real joy to listen to. So anyway, if you guys have the chance, please subscribe. Share this video out to other boxing enthusiasts out there. Chime in and let me know what you guys think. Definitely chime in after the fight on this video, because I would love to see if I'm wrong or if I'd love to see that I'm right. That's always nice. But again, just to think about it, the skilled fighter comes out on top. And in this case, I believe that Shawn Porter is the less skilled fighter between the two. Nobody's questioning about his heart. He has all the heart out there, and he does everything that he can to win. That's why most of his fights are dog fights out there. But Errol Spence Jr., he's just so skilled, so fundamentally sound on every aspect, has the stamina, has the defense, has the jab, has the body punching. He's got all the tools to win. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Talk to you soon.